Did you know that there are 56,000 hospitality workers in Center City alone and 135,000 in the region? Now, I'm not just talking about the obvious jobs like hotel desk clerk or restaurant servers. I mean cabbies and SEPTA bus operators and shop owners and even the team at the parking authority. Hi, I'm Tosin. And yes, anyone who comes in contact with a guest to our city is making either a positive or negative influence on our guests' overall experience. Today's class is all about how to interact with our guests to guarantee we play our own personal role in exceeding expectations and use the latest in human connection techniques. We will cover how to connect with people on a down-to-earth level, how to use greetings and build rapport, how to determine a guest's needs, how to apply your expert knowledge, and how to leave guests feeling good. Make that great. Now, on a personal note, for those of you who depend on tips in your work, you will make more money if you apply today's lessons to your everyday interactions. The Human Genome Project, completed by Washington University in St. Louis, proved that all human beings are 99.9% alike genetically. That means that we are only 1/10 of 1% different. We also know that humans like good communication. We like to be understood and to understand others well. It feels good when we communicate well. And let's not forget that Philly Welcomes You is all about how we make our guests and neighbors feel so that they have a great overall experience, brag about it, and return. So let's learn how to take our guests to a place where they feel good about Philly. Here's our 4-stage process. 1, greeting and rapport. You need to meet visitors where they are in their own bubble of reality, within 15 to 20 seconds of them entering your 8-foot circle. For our purposes, let's suppose you are working at the ticket counter at the National Constitution Center, and a long line is formed because it's a busy day in historic Philadelphia. Now, let's place ourselves in that line with our own family. What thoughts are going through your mind? God, I hate lines. How long is this going to take? Does anyone even know that there is a line? Why doesn't someone do something? Okay, what you've just done is a little exercise in anticipating needs. And the more experience you've had as a ticket taker or working with people in lines anywhere, the more you know about what is on their minds while waiting, I'm sure. Other large national attractions who have frequent busy periods have found that addressing guests' needs while they are waiting relieves stress that can build up if needs are not addressed. Now, we need to connect with our guests so that they understand that you understand their concerns and are taking action. Best practice? Acknowledge the presence of guests in long lines by making eye contact with the group and exclaim, "Good morning, we will be with you as soon as we can." Or, "It's really busy in here today, we're going to get to each one of you as soon as we can." Give a realistic time expectation if the wait can be long. Another way to acknowledge guests when you are busy at any type of job is to simply make eye contact with a nod or hand gesture to let them know that you are aware that they have a need. Now, a good rule of thumb to guide yourself is this. You are responsible for all impressions within an 8-foot circle around you. Anyone in that circle is certainly being affected by you, and you need to greet and acknowledge them in a professional manner. It starts with your appearance. Now, many of us in the service industry have uniforms, and those need to be kept clean and neat because that is actually the first impression guests will have. Next is body language, or how you hold yourself and what they expect from someone of your position, whether it be a cab driver, bellhop, coach, or retail assistant. 2 needs determination. Guests often have several levels of need when they come to a major city or are walking around the neighborhood. Use active listening and paraphrasing skills to summarize their request and verify a connection. Now let's go back to our ticket counter. A guest is now in front of your station and across the counter from you. A more formal greeting is in order as you start this type of transaction. Make eye contact, face them squarely with a smile and say, "Welcome to the Philadelphia Zoo today. Thank you for your patience while waiting. How may I help you?" This time we want the visitor to tell us their need, and we will then repeat that back. So, best practice, summarize the visitor's statement or request by using their keywords and phrases and check for agreement. So you want to make sure that you see and do everything here in 3 hours, is that right? You say you were interested in llamas and snakes? Well, it sounds like you're hungry and looking for food options, huh? See, what you just did is called paraphrasing, and it's a tool in active listening. Active listening is engaging with others as opposed to staring expressionless as a guest tells you something you've heard 50 times today and printing out tickets and collecting money. The guest now understands that you heard and understood them. You established rapport, used their own words, and are now prepared to take them where you want them to go to have the best experience possible. Good communications feel good. Now that you've shown that you are a good listener and are trained well, you will actually receive more respect from your guests. Now here comes the easy part, being the expert that you are at your job. Knowledge and solutions. After establishing rapport and understanding the need, the next step is to prove your worth to the visitor by sharing your expertise, suggesting solutions, and offering insight. Best practice. Ideally, offer 2 or 3 choices. This allows the guest to choose without being overwhelmed or feeling like they're being told what to do. First, make sure you establish credibility before you answer. In my experience, I have found that other guests who've expressed the same concern, what I've seen in the past here are some choices I've offered to others in your situation. Then try using language of suggestion. For example, you may wish to, I suggest that, you may want to consider. And 4, nourish the relationship. It's time to wrap up the transaction and ensure that you have left a positive taste in the guest's mouth. Here are some best practices. Verify you have met their needs. So you all remember how to find the new cheetah exhibit, right? They're right there on the map. And remember to use the guest's key words. Be reassuring and tactfully close the exchange. Now, anytime you have a question during your visit, any one of us here at the counter or the reception desk would be happy to give you a hand. Create a visual in the visitor's mind for future positive experiences. We realize you had a choice of what to do with your time today, so thank you for visiting the National Constitution Center, and come back if you're ever nearby. So, there you have it. Today's takeaways are: humans love good communication. By using listening with a simple process, you can enhance visitors' experiences. You are an expert at your job and your knowledge is valued. First impressions matter, but so do lasting impressions. Now be sure to take the knowledge exam after you've finished watching this program. If you ever want to review what you've learned here, come back anytime. Philly Welcomes You campus is open 24/7 for you.
Congratulations! You are now one step closer to becoming a certified hospitality professional. This designation can be added to your resume, and the experience you'll gain will improve your customer service skills, build your confidence when interacting with the public, and increase your overall value as an employee.